Yeah. Of course. I was told to do this. I don't care if anyone walks through. I don't want to be that guy, you know? I really don't. All right. ready to chop. And remember 201. Really soft. Okay. One second, let me catch my breath. Don't. Hey, Taylor. Are you focusing on anything in particular with your double unders, rhythm, technique, etc.? Um, I try to focus on my breathing. So when I am fresh on double unders, I breathe in for a rep and breathe out for a rep, or breathe in for two, out for two. So no, I breathe in for a rep, out for a rep, essentially. So one breath for every two reps, one full breath. When I get tired, where my heart rate's really high, or I start to get really out of breath on a workout like that, like in rounds 3, 4, 5, and in the set of like 30, 20, 10 dubs. For the first 10 dubs, I'll go in, out for every rep. So I'll go until I get to 10, essentially. And then I've kind of hyperventilated enough to get enough oxygen in my body. And then I go back to one breath for every two dubs. So I'm focusing on that. One thing I was playing with as well is after my last dub, letting the rope spin around, catch it with my toes, and put it down in a nice U shape, so that when I come back from the wall, I can just step into the circle, grab both handles, and go. And I wasn't sure if it would end up being quicker for me to not worry about laying my rope down because I could get to the wall faster. But then I come back from the wall, I'm a little more fatigued, and I had to fiddle around trying to find my rope. So I found it better, I think, to have that last spin, toe catch, set the handles perfectly. And then when I'm fatigued after the wall walks, I can run straight into the circle, take a step, handles, and go. On the wall, let's see, any other questions? Oh, someone asked about, is 50 wall walks per session week pretty standard? Yeah, I think anything more than 50 to 60, I look at and I'm like, ooh, that's a lot, like that's aggressive. Anything less than 50, we try to program, I think, in like bigger chunks So maybe like a set of 20 or a set of 30 in the middle of a workout, maybe. And that's just super, that's really challenging. That's a big chunk. A lot of room for muscular fatigue there. In a workout like this in an interval, I think it's really easy to accumulate 40 to 50 reps and not feel like all you've done is 50 wall walks. So in an interval fashion, I think, yeah, that probably 45 to 60 rep range is like the sweet spot. I think if you're trying to make it to semifinals, quarterfinal level athlete, you should be able to tolerate that. And if you can't, you should be working toward tolerating that. And if you can tolerate it, you should be really pushing the cycle speed and pace hard. So that was, for the most part, what I was doing there, was trying to build into like a true sprint effort. And it just kept getting harder and harder. Maybe it's because my feet were cold to start and I had like no feeling in my toes, but like the whole last round, like the front half of each foot was completely numb and tingling, which sucked. Maybe I tied my shoes too tight. Zachy, ever thought of switching arms into wall walks? No, I have not. I just started doing that jump up tap technique. I used to do like hand alternate on the way down, and this is way better. And I think for me, unless the workout were to be super redundant with pressing, I have pretty good pressing endurance, so I don't worry about it too much. Yeah, well, I would say we probably rarely do more than 50 on the classic track. The most recent workout that comes to mind where we did was a 10 down to 1 power clean wall walk. I want to say we did that on the classic track. Bryson, JR, and I did it at Crash with the flip sled. It was 10 down to 1 flip sled wall walk, or wall walk flip sled. So I programmed for the compete. I know I programmed it for compete, but I think I programmed it as flip sled or tire flips or power cleans. And then I think on classic, we just programmed it as power cleans. Hard ass workout, good workout, heavy power cleans too. It's fun workouts, good combination. Kind of a take on pulling off the floor with some weight and doing some body weight pressing. My split times, not that any of you asked, but I was 2:01. I was talking with Bryce when we were writing this workout. I was like, he thought it should be every 3 for 5, and we don't do a ton of intervals where it's like really tight to get into a 3-minute window and have enough time to recover and push the pace. And I was thinking, man, it's going to be really hard to do a round in 2 minutes with that many transitions to the rope and back to the wall. So I was testing that, like how much time were the transitions going to eat up? Because if you think about it, 100 dubs, 10 wall walks, you can do that in a minute going fast. But if you have to transition back and forth multiple times, that adds a bit of complexity, makes it really hard. So I was practicing that. My first round, I was 2:01, but I think that's because I started with the rope on the ground. I did like 3, 2, 1, go, started my watch, picked up the rope, then went. And then each subsequent round, I started with my rope in my hand, so it was a bit faster. And so I was 2:01 to 156, 154, 152. And I think the pace picked up on the last two. I was able to push the wall walks a bit harder, or I thought about pushing the wall walks a bit harder. And then I was really clean and efficient with my jump rope, the transition, catching the rope with my toes, U-shape, both handles, and then from the wall back, running, step, grab both handles, go. Oh, hey, thanks, Peter. So yeah, that was good. Good workout. I'm going to be showing up in like 2 or 3 weeks on compete. And I got to go coach, so bon voyage. You guys have a good one. Oh, 1 sec.
Here's why you should be proud to be doing Sentinel training and strongly consider joining if you're not. Other programs use long-term repetitive cycles. Sentinel uses 4-week varied progressions, while other programs often slip into movement redundancy or recycle entire training blocks. Sentinel stays true to the CrossFit methodology of constantly varied functional movements. That methodology also guides us in delivering intensity with minimal effective dose, where others favor volume, misrepresenting that as value for money. If you want a hands-off approach with minimal coaching or review, stay where you are. If you want level 3 trainers who care about your progress and test the workouts for you, reviewing your videos, offering coaching and feedback, then you need us. You need Sentinel training. Start your free trial at trainsentinel.com.
Deuces.